And we are live. Welcome back to Universal Devils. I hope you guys are staying safe and doing well. And yes, I am going solo tonight. Uh, so had to come live because there is some interesting news coming up when it comes to Manchester United, and none bigger than our very beautiful thumbnail that has been created. That's Ruud Van Nistelrooy. Who would have thought? Till about a day back, it was just a rumor, I think. And now it seems like it's all but confirmed. And Ruud Van Nistelrooy is the first thing that we will definitely speak about. Other than that, there is a bit of update coming in for the transfers in and out. And we'll quickly go through every single detail and every single news. And let me just quickly see if there is anything latest coming up as of now. And nope, there isn't much really out there. So let's just start talking about the one, the only Ruud Van Nistelrooy. And if you dig deep into this one, to be honest, it is not that surprising. And the reason why I say that it's not that surprising is because the first year when Eric Ten Hag came, he tried to bring on board Robin van Persie. Now, if there is any way to upgrade a striker of that quality, bringing that individual into our coaching staff, then I don't think you can argue much if I say it's Ruud Van Nistelrooy. And see, there are two ways to look at this. One, which is the less controversial one. Um, Benny McCarthy has left, and as much as I can remember, there was a few rumors and few murmurs that he might be kept. So it could be very much possible that we are replacing a striker coach with a higher quality striker coach. But there is a flaw or a weakness to this argument because Van Nistelrooy just was a first team head coach not too long ago for PSV, and he actually won a couple of trophies with them. So it can't be just as simple as we're replacing another striker coach with Ruud Van Nistelrooy. There seems like there is so much more into it, especially when you think about the rumors that came out a few weeks ago that basically Ineos wanted someone else there with Eric Ten Hag just to shake up the coaching, the backroom stuff. And if you go to think about it, if you go to think about the second aspect, the other aspect that I was talking about, just think of it from this point. Eric Ten Hag, I hope not, but what if he starts bad? What if he starts in with a few losses that no one was really expecting? What if he comes under pressure? What if there is murmurs again to get the manager out? Guess who steps in? Ruud Van Nistelrooy. All right. Keeping this very silly at the moment statement aside, I think there is a bit of similarities. And actually, now I took some time before coming on, which is why I was 5 minutes late. I took some time to figure out exactly how Ruud Van Nistelrooy, not the player, but the manager, can actually help us out. And guys, there's a lot of similarities in the way they play. The first thing that really struck in my head was the thing that Ruud Van Nistelrooy's teams do very well is not a high possession block, but a midfield block. And that's something that we've been seeing with Eric Ten Hag's Manchester United. So there is a bit of similarity when it comes to defense. He likes, and by he I mean Ruud Van Nistelrooy's teams, they like to basically, without the ball, become very compact. They go into like a 4-4-2 kind of a situation wherein they start not exactly going completely back, but like I said, they try to create like a midfield press. They wait for the opposition center backs to play the ball towards the wings, and from there, in unison as a team, they move towards the ball, not as individuals, which is the key thing, which basically we suffered a lot last season with. So that's something very interesting to bring into the picture. And if you see it from the attacking side of things as well, he has the typical Dutch way of total football playing. He likes to keep possession. He likes to make sure that his fullbacks are up and wide. The similar kind of things that on a good day when Eric Ten Hag's team has clicked, you can actually see the similarities, guys. So, like I said, it's a very interesting, very interesting hire if that's how it will go. And everything till now seems to be pointing in that direction. A lot to look forward to. But having said that, I think only time will tell how Ruud Van Nistelrooy's appointment will affect our coaching setup. I personally am very excited. I am from a generation era who grew up catching the last few years of Van Nistelrooy in Manchester United, basically. I remember much more vividly and clearly when he moved to Real Madrid. But having said that, I've seen the kind of player he was, what a phenomenal striker he was, and surely our attackers can only benefit from having someone like him. And the best part is he already with PSV has proved that he has a lot more to offer to the game. So, like I said, if it goes through, which it looks like it will, very excited to see what he can bring. Now, like I said, it's not just the Ruud Van Nistelrooy show. There are other things that are going on right now in Manchester United's transfer little world. First things first, I'm going to just quickly head on to Jared Branthwaite. The news that was coming out was that he apparently is waiting for Manchester United. Let me see. Fabrizio Romano mentioned that he does want to join, the player wants to join, but it is clearly complicated with the asking price that Everton has slapped on him. And if I'm being honest, the way I see this being played out, if it was another Woodward slash Glazer slash John Murta slash kind of a market, then probably we would have signed Jared Branthwaite for 75 million. But thankfully, it's not the case. And the way I see this situation going is Manchester United is going to play his part, going to play its part. I believe we're going to put in a second bid, which would be closer towards the 45 plus add-ons kind of the marker. And Everton are going to reject it. And we're going to walk away. We're going to walk away and we're going to walk away to the next person because it absolutely doesn't make sense to be spending that crazy amount on one center back when we all know there is so much to be done with this team. So this one apparently will unfold before this week ends, I think, or maybe next Monday we'll have a clearer picture. So let's park this for now because if you're asking me personally, guys, I don't think that we will be signing Jared Branthwaite, and that's how it seems like going. Moving on to the next news that is coming up, and this just feels like recycled news, to be honest, which was for Zirkzee. Sky Sports has finally woken up, and they have mentioned that Manchester United have open talks with the. Sorry, wait, I'm just seeing something coming up. Yes, so Manchester United has opened up talks with Zirkzee's agent. Now, this, guys, I thought this already happened. Like, I thought this happened like 3, 4 days ago. So I don't know what's the update in that situation. The other development in terms of the strikers is, of course, Jonathan David is someone that we are definitely looking at. Zirkzee, Jonathan David, I don't really know. If you ask me right now personally, if you ask me who would I like to sign, the best part about this situation is that I don't really have a specific player that I would like to sign in as a striker. And the reason why it's a good thing is because I think we as Manchester United have been way too obsessed with the player rather than the characteristics of the player that we should be bringing in. if that makes sense. Um, a lot of times we've spent way too much time trying to figure out or chase after this one player where 110% sure we could have spent that time trying to identify a similar player with similar characteristics as per someone who would fit our style of play. And when, for XYZ reasons, be it for asking too much transfer fee, or if the player doesn't want to come, or any other reason, if the player does not want to join, we have another option ready. And which is exactly why I am very open to this current situation, even when it comes to the center backs and the strikers, the midfielders, whoever Manchester United is going to go after this season. Because, like I said, we've been obsessing over the player rather than the characteristics of the player that we require. And like I said, if you ask me, the kind of player that I require, ideally, I would like to go for someone who's more experienced because if we have a 21, 22-year-old Rasmus Højlund, it doesn't make sense to get another youngster. I would want there to be a good competition for Højlund with someone who's experienced, maybe in his late 20s, maybe in his early 30s. There has been link with Alvaro Morata right now, which is a little weak right now. None of the big hitters have really said anything about it, but it's out there. So the point is that, like I said, I would want someone experienced. And in this current situation, Jonathan David, Zirkzee, they aren't exactly old, but I guess we'll probably get to know a little more over the coming days. Other than that, if I have to go and see incomings, there is not much talk to be out. There isn't really much talk out there. Moving on to the sales part of things, the one who shall not be named is pretty much the closest, it seems like, along with Aaron Wan-Bissaka to be leaving. And there are reports coming out that Lazio is actually hot on Mason Greenwood's heels right now. And prices that are being quoted out there, 15 million euros or 20 million plus add-ons, or I think 50% of the sale if Mason Greenwood moves on. Look, even with Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I think so far it seems like we are being lowballed in the sales point of view, and that's something that it's not going to just change with one transfer window just because Ineos is in. There are a lot of things that will take time, and in terms of Aaron Wan-Bissaka, there is a clear indication that there is like Fenerbahce, was it, or Galatasaray? Galatasaray is chasing Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but the fee that is being quoted is absolutely ridiculous, guys. This guy played well, for more often than not last season. He really did play well. Even surprisingly, left back, which I don't really expect someone like Aaron Wan-Bissaka to play left back. Um, so yeah, he did play well, and the prices that are being quoted are ridiculous when you think about teams like Chelsea, Man City, even Aston Villa nowadays. They're selling the youngsters for like 15, 20 million pounds. So that's Aaron Wan-Bissaka. It's ridiculous. There is hope that there would be some more. What do you say? The more teams coming up from probably the Italian Serie A for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And dude, if there is a league that fits Aaron Wan-Bissaka, it is definitely the Italian Serie A. He's perfect for that. He honestly is perfect for that. Do you guys even know that Damian is still playing and he's playing good at a high level? If I'm not mistaken, even he is in the Euros team as well. So yeah, the point is that Aaron Wan-Bissaka will really suit the Serie A, and that's exactly where this man should go. Other than that, I think what else is available right now? If I check in the latest news coming out for sales. Oh, by the way, just to let you know before I get into that, I think it's very evident where we are going with the transfer window. I think that unofficially or officially you want to say we were waiting for the 1st of July, it seems like, for a lot of reasons. And now that we're just 1 week away, it feels like a lot of the inquiries that we've made, a lot of the sales that we've been lined up, all the sales you can still make, I don't know, but a lot of the inquiries that we've been making for players, it suspiciously is coming towards the end game, if I can quote that. Probably it would be taken care of the next week, which is of course once July starts. I expect no signings to come in this week. Like frankly, I don't expect anyone to be signed this week, but I do expect from 1st July onwards, when we get a new kit launched, when we get into the new financial window, more importantly, and once Eric Ten Hag comes back, because there was news that he's coming back, so from his vacation. From 1st July onwards, you will see a lot of incomings being picked up. And if I have to make a prediction right now, first week of July, we'll have, I'm going to put myself out there. We'll have at least one player confirmed and another, here we go, from Fabrizio Romano. And oh, yeah, before that, I think that the Van Nistelrooy case would be solved this week itself. So we'll have Van Nistelrooy confirmed, we'll have one player confirmed, and we'll probably have another, here we go. When it comes to sales, dude, I don't know who's going to take Sancho on board. It clearly seems like Mason Greenwood is almost out, like officially out of Manchester United, and I hope it's a sale and it's not a loan. And Wan-Bissaka seems like a person who will leave. It's interesting what will happen with the centre backs, because I feel that there would be another person walking out with Rafael Varane, and it's not going to be Johnny Evans. It will be either Maguire or Lindelof, and I can definitely see two centre backs being signed. In terms of the CDM market, there was some silly little reports coming out about us going for Everton's Onana, and I'm not going to give too much of attention to that, to be honest, right now. I don't see it coming from any of the big hitters in the journalistic field. And yep, let me just have a see. Fabrizio Romano, Benfica, and okay, so Fabrizio Romano at the United Standard mentioned that our top target for CDM remains João Neves, but Benfica insist on the release clause being paid. So I don't really see that one working out. We'll know a lot over the coming days, and that's exactly where I will be in front, waiting and just glued myself with Twitter/X right now, trying to figure out what happens next. And that's about it, guys. I think it was a quick show. I don't want to take too much of your time. This is what is going on right now with Manchester United. And like I said, Van Nistelrooy coming in, one more signing coming in, and another year we go before the end of the first week of July is my prediction. Let me know how things are going according to you. If you are happy with the current transfer window, are you worried that we might not get our business done as usual? That because that's what United fans are used to now. And let's see how things develop. I am going to see you guys very soon, and I will definitely be back with my fellow friends for the next live. Until then, adios.